and we'll look at some of him plans then. Plus, we same way so will make una we don't know about the investigation with the Salone Football Association do for Seka Gansobu and Daiwan. We go get that one there on air. Plus, we focus of discussion. We they turn our attention to the first round of fixture inside the Leon Rock Premier League after we don't done match week 17, and the last match of that week you go get reaction of as FC Cologne being get a 1-0 victory over Abacha City. This plus your comment and contribution all go make this edition of the program Sports Update Extra. Meet you from wherever they get with from, so no go no side. The program they continue, and you can able for use the number 077 981 981. The number again 077 981 981, or you can go now with social media platform, use the comment section for make your contribution on the different thing they will look at inside this edition of the program Sports Update Extra. But for Kaipui, talk on the first leg of the Leon Premier League, what we learn and what we think say the board need for focus on. Are there with two young gentlemen in the studio, Alhaji Jallo, good morning, and similar to Mohammed Lamin Kebe. Good morning, guys.
Good morning, family. Listen to this program, and to Jaffa.
Yes. Good morning, Jaffa, and good morning to listeners them out there.
Yes, plenty thank you for joining me today inside this edition of the program, and we will come back to Una inside a minute or two, but the program Sports Update Extra, they continue now. We'll return our attention to the issue we get for do with Scrabble, Usai, the Director of Participation at the National Sports Authority, Stephen Kaifala, don't ask the new executive of the Scrabble Association for engagement by the sport so that they go change the term of office from 2 years for executive member them, so that they self go for develop the sport proper one. Stephen Kaifala talked this inside the elective congress where member them now the Salone Scrabble organization organized for pick 9 new executive member them and Christian Asgill for be president. Well, I've been there part of this and we put this report together. February 28th this year, na term for member in the Scrabble sport for pick new leader after where the past executive don't end in 2-year term. This be make about 25 delegates them gather na China House inside Freetown, and 8 other delegates them from the diaspora. They follow through social media as them be they prepare for pick new executive where they run the Scrabble Association for the next 2 years. During this congress, now been about 10 position them member been they go for give power to after different protocol and process them. The outgone president for the Salone Scrabble Association, Christian Asgill, together with member them, been grieved for make the Director of Participation at the National Sports Authority, Stephen Kaifala, be the presiding officer for this elective congress, where this be start with dissolution of the first term executive.
And by the power vested in me, I want to use this opportunity to officially dissolve the executive of the Sierra Leone Scrabble Association.
By the power vested on the National Sports Authority as the regulatory body, as per my file, the term of office for that executive has expired, and I am making this declaration that a new executive should be elected.
Project, Stephen, I now want to call on a member of this Scrabble Association to do the same.
Yeah, my name is Patrick Sambuma. I raise the motion that the last executive has been dissolved.
I second the motion.
From this dissolution, the next thing now for start the election, and pan the 10 position that we been there for take as executive position for the Scrabble sport. 7 pan be there unopposed before the election, and 2 later step down. We mean say now been just the presidency position been get contention, and now been Christian Asgill one of the first time president for this association with one popular Scrabble player, where same way so an African champion Emmanuel King contest for the 2026 National Scrabble Association election. The process for vote been take about 20 to 30 minutes for 25 local delegates them and 8 diaspora delegates them been vote for them different candidates them. And after the voting process, it happened say Christian Asgill been come out with 22 votes while Emmanuel King get but 11 votes. This will make the re-elected president Christian Asgill been get this message, but waiting in second term now this association get for focus on.
Assume leadership at a time when the organization will just lose. So don't do a lot. Don't to the point now where if we get rid of that, we'll kill it, but get factor with our money, then we'll go fly higher. We had a lot of things set, like where we are getting the brothers at schools, colleges, we started all of those. Well, I just feel to say yes, people they observe what they do and they appreciate. Otherwise, they wouldn't have voted me. I feel to say there's more expectation of the responsibility when no increase in me. It's 2 years a little bit long term. First of all, bring together the whole association. Because any way election be, that lose inside. You see what happen. Somebody we carry him what we will say well is the most decorated player. Then I said that the African scene, we win the goal, it vex the goal. Interestingly, nobody going to get 1 cent for it. So the immediate for bring we all together.
From this statement, it be important for listen to one from the Sporting Authority then at the county and the Director of Participation at the National Sports Authority, Stephen Kaifala, been get this message to member them in the Scrabble Association.
This is my second election that I've participated in the Sierra Leone Scrabble. You have a very smooth election. It's fine. So please, I'm asking that you look at that side of the Constitution there. If you can call an extraordinary Congress and you discuss that and you agree on a motion to change that clause in your Constitution for at least 4 years. That's the best practice all over the world now. And also, the new executive. I am asking the president-elect and his team for an immediate meeting 1 week after with the National Sports Authority. And also present you to the Executive Director and the Minister of Sports.
Radio Democracy go continue for the updates the public, but the progress and development, what they happen at the Scrabble sport. For the Society for Radio Democracy, Jaffa Mans Davis, they report. The program Sport Updates Extra, they continue. 077-981-981 are the number you go use for send text message, and when we open the line and call for make a contribution on the different issues they will look at inside this edition of the program Sport Update Extra, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Today inside the program, they look at a lot of issues, but as we continue for look at issues in sport, they go and look at issue we go for do it the death of one footballer when Ganso Bure, also the investigation committee of the death of Ganso Bure, when a former Mighty Blackpool player. The chairman don't ask Mighty Blackpool and the Salon Football Association for pay total couple of 75 million Oleons so that then go support the Ganso Bure family in picking them with book learning business. And they make this call inside the meeting where they get to the Salon Football Association, where they go hand over the investigation report to the FA so that they go take action for look inside. Thing they will get for do with welfare of footballer in the country. Well, I've been doing part of this and we put this report together. If people can remember, one incident will been take plenty people their attention inside 2025 in the football community. Now when one Mighty Blackpool player been jammed with one Leon Stars home base player when a Ganso Bure during the friendly match between Mighty Blackpool and Leon Stars home base team na SLFA Academy. This incident been bring plenty concern. Say the Salon Football Association not been show better concern for support the player by medical treatment will lead to in die one. Now for sake of this, make the FA be later establish one ad hoc investigation committee for look inside the entire issue and provide recommendation them wey go guide the association for deal with thing them wey dey among player welfare and the football sector. And after months of investigation, the chairman for this ad hoc investigation committee, Victor Idrissa Lansana, be start for talk about wetin dem find out as the cause for this player in Taiwan.
So the medical team said, yes, there was this collision. It was very serious, but from the scan conducted, it didn't show that there was a brain fracture, but there was a trauma. And Bure was not medically fit in the first place to have been included in that friendly match. Number 3, Bure died as a result of a combination of factors, namely lack of adequate medical care when his pain resurfaced months after discharge, substance abuse, and non-adherence to medical advice. And then we also found out that the national team, or the SLFA, and Blackpool as a football club failed to do enough to provide sustainable access to quality medical care for their player. We also found out that the police hospital at King Tom did as much as they could reasonably be expected under the circumstances and within the limitations of its facility. Sibue is survived by his wife. He has 2 children. There is one that is 5 years and the other is 10 years. Both of them are boys. And of course, there is a mom. There is no proper medical system within the football clubs or at the national level.
From these findings, other thing wey dem be look inside na the Salon Football Association structure on medical for the player dem.
So our investigations also uncovered the unfortunate truth that there is no medical scheme, either at national level or at club level. We realized that, as a matter of fact, as we speak, there has never been a kind of back-to-office report from the medical team in relation to the incident that occurred with Bue. We were able to uncover that the medical team is not properly managed. The services of the medical team are largely available for international matches, which attract benefits, such as match bonuses and per diems. There appears to be a significant disconnect between the medical team and the head coach. And they will have no medical fitness test is conducted for players before in-country friendly matches or national team training sessions. If we go back to what the doctor said, he had over 1,000 of parasites in his system, already existed even before he came for the match. The very last one, there exists a long-standing stalemate regarding the mandates and roles of 3 major stakeholders in the sector, SLFA, NSC, and MOS, and this affects the administration of the game.
Dem find this here according to the committee. Now I know dem get for second interview they wey dem do with about 17 people and some of the recommendation they wey dem get. One pan dem na for make the executive committee of the Salon Football Association put together the Salon Football Association, National Sport Authority and the Ministry of Sport so that dem go understand the different role whether institution they have for play for contribute to football development in the country, as the chairman continue for explain.
Number 1, that SLFA provides a one-off compensation of 50,000 Leones towards the education of Bure's 2 children, who are both boys. Alternatively, that the association commits to educate those children till they get to junior secondary school level. And therefore, Mighty Blackpool should support Bure's children with a one-off compensation of 25,000 Leones. That SLFA and at least the Premier League clubs develop medical policies and schemes for players at both national and club levels. Such policies or schemes should be made one of the requirements for participation in the league. And number 5 recommendation, that the national team and Premier League clubs should keep a separate bank account like Ghana will have. They are talking about fund for medical emergencies of their players, to which they can quickly and easily access to address emergencies as they occur.
With this statement, now my time for listening to waiting this Football Association think about this investigation, and the president, Babadi Kamara, bin get this for say.
By next week, I'm now instructing the General Secretary to please call an executive committee meeting for next week Wednesday, so that will come and look at this report and start to implement them. Another area you spoke about is contributing money or putting money aside for medicals. We pay subvention to clubs. We'll ask them that for every month, this is what you are going to contribute to the emergency fund. We are going to sign an MOU with 34 Military Hospital as our immediate referral point for accidents, injuries during matches. By and large, I want to thank you again for taking your time, thoroughly investigate this matter, and to provide us this document, which will be a guide
But if people been listening to some of the recommendations from this committee, one recommendation will take center stage. Now the compensation fee where the committee recommends the FA and Mighty Blackpool Football Club for pay to the family of Ganso Bure. This now one way the media be asked the president, but how they receive this recommendation.
This is a report. I will not comment on everything here now, but I will tell you even the amount quoted in the report for the family. For me personally, it is small, and we will have to review that upwardly. And when he plays under contract and he died on doing active service, even his contract is supposed to be paid in full. So we will ask Blackpool to provide us a copy of their contract with Bure, and we will look into that, plus the compensation to the family. For the first time in the history of Sierra Leone football, the Federation have signed an MOU with the anti-doping agency in Sierra Leone, because there is a doctor with 2 assistants in Sierra Leone who are CAF satisfied. So very soon we'll start doing tests at club levels, at national team levels.
The president and for sure the committee say they go engage with the executive committee of the FA so that they go put specific timeline on different things them where the committee don't recommend for do as well for give solution to the different things them where they unbug player and welfare and the football sector. For the Society for Radio Democracy, Jaffa Mans Davis, the report. The program Sports Updates Extra, they continue. Like I say, 077-981-981 are the number you go use. 077-981-981 now the number you go use to be part of this edition where they come to you from the Society for the Democracy, 98.1 FM. And me two studio guests, I know, a little bit too quiet. Guys, again, good morning and welcome to the program.
Good morning, Jaffa, and good morning to listeners out there.
Yes, now we just listen to the investigation on Ganso Bure. A lot of things then come out, but as a whole in the football sector, the president will promise say this one and we use them for look inside players' welfare and things like that. First off, what do you make up of this report?
The reports we then present to SLFA, I should say it's timely, and we watch at the issue way happen between Ganso in Taiwan, where people like in class and say as negligence to the Mighty Blackpool team, where Mighty Blackpool themselves people press release say them they try very hard for let them reach out to the player for take care of the welfare, the medical bills them, but the family not be they give them a green light. So then try on 2 times and the family not be they give them green light. So with that, then we withdraw and observe and we wish the player for able to recover from illness. But unfortunately, the player not be able to make come up and he end up losing life. And this report here shows say yes, a very timely for the FA and some and club teams them back were able monitor and try for see how best them were able look at players' their welfare. You know, because you watch at the report, then the report say, excuse me, and the report says plenty things them they happen with players them where some players like in they into drugs and some players them can not get the normal things the way a footballer need for do. So a lot of things then be happen at the report way and the committee be hand over to the SLFA. And the president don't watch at some and give recommendations them like how the report way just don't play out. Say then Mighty Blackpool need for take care of the players into picking their way in left, and Mighty Blackpool we don't issue out a press release that say yes, then committed towards waiting the FA pull out and they do according to waiting the FSA, and both them back get issues them where they were raised, but since the FA not ask them for let them raise some of the issues and they go up according to the recommendation where the report say and where the FA give them. So I should say Jaffa, this was a very timely report where clubs teams then need for watch at them players and welfares so that occurrence like this one not go happen again, because this is a very big one now the football sectors, and for let a footballer get injury and you know able get the medical way in need and so say he lose his life. We're done in a very big one now the Salon football.
Yes, Mohamed Amin Kebe, before we come start for look at the review of the Leroy Premier League after the first leg of fixtures. a lot of recommendation come out. Apart from the money, they say NSA then for meet with the NSA and Ministry of Sports, for then I want meet with the Salon Football Association and things like that. But owing to the background of waiting, Alhaji just make reference to on the players' welfare issue. How serious this be for Lee? We'll get a quick timeline for a resting solution to some of the compounding issues them were related to this one.
I feel say Jaffa is very serious, and I want for two on the line of my colleague analyst. We don't see a lot of beautiful things we I want for build upon. First of all, the report is timely. Jaffa, I feel say that itself is a novelty. For that we get SLFA, the sponsor, or put money for ensure say they will forget what really happen, because it's very serious, Jaffa. When you talk about player welfare, Ganzo in debt, I feel say it borders on welfare of players, and also as a professional football player like Dandy, we play for a remarkable football club. We're in the mighty Blackpool. I feel say this incident will happen to him. It's very unfortunate. I feel say we need to establish that one day, and I feel say at this modern time, where football increasingly they become incentivized, I feel say it's very unfortunate that we get a player now with the die preventable death during the course of in duty, where he could not sustain injury, we couldn't get injury from a particular game. But I know I'm for cast as passion, because before now we don't get mighty Blackpool themselves don't rebuff certain criticism. We say they pay lip service towards Ganzo Bue in debt. So now for going to that day. But what I feel say we need for discuss, and for also the importance for throwing light on now the fact say the SLFA take this issue very seriously, and they instituted a whole body to look into this matter. And the members of that committee, they will look into this matter, very reputable. We get this man from Human Rights Commission, Victor Lansana, and other key players. We look at human rights concerns of players. So for me, it's good one. But talking about your question also, how important is this one also? Apart from the money can come and done and finish. It's good, yes. Say that they support Ganzo Bue in Pekin and supporting family with this amount of money, with that amount of money, Jaffa, as the report captured. But also the recommendation of fixing structures for welfare, so that it's not do with Ganzo Bue no more. How they will make sure say they fix structures for the welfare of when they sustain injuries, more especially minor injuries. They may pay Upila and fine. If you look at international benchmark, they know they play Upila and fine. But as Phil say, it's not small because there are many challenges for learning pay Upila and fine. But if we're able for settle land itself, at least, or if we try for settle land, one thing will not be problem or will not be challenge at all. Now, for the player, they will forget the attention, the medical attention, when they deserve it. We not force player die out of injury. I like the club safe, but Jaffa, let me say this. Now club in responsibility. The club in responsibility for ensure say they're looking to player welfare and concern. I feel say Babadi Kamara institutes this committee just because of goodwill. But that is not his responsibility. And now not the responsibility of Salon Football Association. But because the game poverty entrenched by football, I feel that the reason and they make it take up 10 steps in there. But for look at player welfare, squarely lie on the Salon Football Association. Jaffa, so I feel say kudos to SLFA for the kind strength they don't put by this issue. If it were other people, Jaffa, I don't want to name names, and I feel so for don't reach at this point. So for don't see maybe they go support Ganzo in Pekin, or also in family lesbian, maybe with condiments, with food condiments, and also sometimes money, or sometimes you go see somebody also go say I will pay the person's school fee. In most cases also, Jaffa, outside sports, people then will say I will do this, but in the later end, when something meets them, maybe they get the kind of support, when then self they get, they will stop for. So for all we get an institutionalized framework where they look at how we for solve problems like Ganzo Bue in I feel say is very key. Jaffa. So I feel say this also now incentives to players to the rest of the players that will remain now when they are the league, because now I feel say their dignity is somehow restored. Jaffa, because if you get SLFA, National Sport Authority, we almost, as per the recommendation of the committee, we're looking to Ganzo in debt. I know say they go by that recommendation the committee make for institutionalize a framework. We go look at player welfare, but more particularly not only player welfare, but more particularly it has to do with player welfare. When player get injury, major injury, Jaffa say it's a huge cause for concern.
Continue for still to inside the program. Now we turn attention to another issue. They look at a review of the first leg of the Leroc Premier League. A lot of issues don't get growing concerns from even fans and football pundits them. But then we just complete the first leg, and the last fixture when a match week 17 we produced a sum total of 18 goals from 18 teams them where they play in the league, and it been starts with a match between Freetown City Football Club and Ports Authority where we end 2-2, whilst Slipher Football Club been draw with Old Edwardians 0-0. Loa FC settled to a 1-1 draw with Wilberforce Strikers, and Bantal been get a comfortable 3-0 victory against Cambo Eagles at home to Cambo Eagles, whilst Diamond Stars prove a massive surprise in Koidu Town field, where they get a 2-1 victory against Baibure Warriors. Star Sports Academy, Seth been get a 2-0 victory inside Makeni against Usum Stars, and Eastern Lions been settled to a 0-0 draw with Bulom Stars, as Mighty Blackpool at home been bowed down to Buru Rangers by 2-1. And the last game for this fixture, now FC Calon will then be played against Abacha City. And I just want to me panelists then take a quick bite. So far, I could describe the first round of fixtures or the first round of matches from the Leroc Premier League.
And Jaffa, you see how the Leroc Premier League starts. We see a lot of momentum and a lot of big stars, big teams. Them they claim, become first, and later on they can second, and later they see that they drop out. Now, if they watch at the Leroc Premier League, Jaffa, not to name, they see say get for win this Leroc Premier League. You understand? Because at the first half of the Leroc Premier League, you see Star Sports Academy, come up from nowhere, and they lead the table with 32 points. That don't show you, say, the big guns, them, like the like of Eastern Lions, we get a scrambled beginning of the Leroc Premier League. But this BNTM, we see how they don't maintain, and they try for see how best they will win games them. Where the first half of the Leroc Premier League, they're 10th position right now in the league. And you see the way our Star Sports Academy be there in the league, when the league be start up. But now they lead the table with 32 points, which should say teams then they right now where you get for see say if the Leroc Premier League continue, you know we expect big clubs then for win this Leroc Premier League, because the teams that we they expect, they see how they trail with winning mentality compared to the big names then, where they see now the Leroc Premier League in the previous leagues and the previous campaign will be happening 2024 and 2025. So you compare to 2025 and 2026 campaign right now, where they go on, so Jaffa, you have to see a lot of impact on the small teams them, where people they think say they will make a great impact in the Leroc Premier League, Jaffa.
Yes, now I will talk on issues. We get a lot of positive for look into inside this league.
Yeah, Jaffa, a lot of positive things then the way we get for look at inside this league, yeah. Because you watch at the way how the league they go on, and a lot of spectators them can go watch the game. But one thing we're lacking now this league, yeah, now awareness raising, You know, because if he, for example, you know, they pull fiction no more. Say they pull fictions, they put out on the internet. That not they sum up well for let you see a lot of fans them go watch them games them. Today you they see SLFA they pull they pull something like a announcement where they go announce street to street for say today this game here, for example, Mighty Blackpool they play against Sister Lions. Now approved school. Keke they go around with mic, they go and pass. Now different streets, then different communities them. We go show say yes, this game here get for place where they trigger fans them go want for go watch that game day. But now you know they see that kind thing there. So we expect say and SLF get for do some of them things then they so far let people and go watch games them. You they watch right now the Lagos Premier League they play Jaffa. You know see lots of fans them. You know waiting do towards that one day. Eh?
Okay, continue for story to inside the program. We will come. We will look at how many people they try to put the blame on the Premier League board, and others they say now the clubs are not they sell then teams them properly for the fans and the left us for go watch them games them. So we'll go look at the issues in them and a lot more. But now in attempt for we'll take a break as the program Sports Update Extra they continue.
Brace up yourself and ready for another sports program. That na Sports Update Extra, where they come to you live from Radio Democracy 98.1 FM from Monday to Friday, as you will get detailed discussion and analysis on team them like football,
little chance for a marker now, Sierra Leone with a magnificent equalizer,
cricket, with other sporting discipline them, plus policy statements them.
Having overt conflict that will affect the sport, the legislation gives us the powers to deregister you.
And international sports news, fixture, and results from top league them na Euro. So, for just 45 minutes every day, listen to Sport Update Extra on Radio Democracy 98.1 FM from 10 o'clock morning to 10:45 as you self will get a chance for add your voice to the program.
Sports Updates Extra, they continue. 077-981-981 are the number you go use. 077-981-981 are the number you go use for be part of this edition and add the voice to the difference in them. What they look at inside this edition. The last match for match week 17, we play between Abacha City and FC Cologne, and in that match day, FC Cologne be win by a 1-0. But Radio Democracy been doing at the grounds, and we've been getting some match reactions. As we've been talked to first off, the coach for Abacha City, when I coach Shillon, we talk about how poor decision now the reason we make them lost to FC Cologne. He been talking more to me inside this interview.
Well, I'm not killing for complaint about officiating, but the officiating poor. The free kick result to the goal. Clean tackle at the edge of the box, but I don't look for complaint about refereeing because telling a lazy excuse, but the officiating poor.
If you look at the positive side today, Una creates a lot of chance and dominates the side, but unable for convert. For you, what in all of this speak to us?
The biggest problem, and we miss a lot. We waste a lot of chances. Talk to the boy then, try to talk to them, try to convert goals, try the patience in front of the goal. But we're not going to give up. You know, the process, we still keep doing it. We're not going to give up.
In big moments, your team not show up, and some other times mistakes. Like we talk about referee and other things, don't they act to the downfall. This team don't go through a lot of process from last season until now. When are the team will not click it for bringing the consistency we look for?
Yeah, you know, it's difficult for the consistency in this part of the world. For one of the most difficult things, because some players get lost focus and other stuff. But the coach, he just get for, the leader of the group, he just get for the keep working and try for get the rhyme, you know. But it's really frustrating.
When I play home match today, but a lot of they feel not to flop. Is it as a result of because they not get fans for ginger the boys and for good performance?
No, if you were Lions, they play safe off. Look, Lions game yesterday, they feel the turnout not great. Of course, the league in turnout right now not great. So than the not to team for saying just Abacha City or poor form. Overall, all the 18 teams then, we never even get 40% full safe venue.
How does they put pressure on you as a coach and a team?
Yeah, of course. When you know they get good results, pressure naturally just get pressure. Then you know to train out something.
So this was not a message to fans and the management about boys bouncing back.
No, keep working. 3 days time we play by Boué, Naya. So just for turn things around because after Lions victory, Bantal draw, we don't get 2 loss, Bou away and so just need for work and try for turn things around on Friday.
Coach for Abacha City, Coach Shilon Insider interview day, Mohamed Shilon Insider interview day with me. They talk about the reason we make they lost the game to FC Cologne. The other side of the coin, FC Cologne we been get a 1-0 victory. I've been talked to the coach for FC Cologne, Charlie Wright, inside that match day, and he been talk about what he make there for make the difference as he been don't tell the boys them for work to them plan way them be get. Talk more to me inside this interview.
Yeah, that's good because now a game now must win. You know how them be set back way the last season, and good team. Even though then they bottom, but the team well composed, determined, now a very good side, not to team way easy because of the experience and the maturity, and at least we will overshadow them and take the game and get the results.
Coach, FC Cologne team, plenty people know of where then they play football for dominate game, create a lot of chances, but in this match today, you not create like how people can expect. You feel disappointed that na free kick set the difference between us today?
Well, football, you go look at your way. We really dominate to create beaucoup chances. You actually see, say, yes, on the final third, would go either the keeper pull arm or hit the bar, a commander they show you. Even though the NCS one leg, go inside the net and lost score a clinical goal, them way people can go actually see. But the team really play. It has be a not so we did during that moment they will they create them chance then they make we still patient, and I really talk to them any kind way we go able create follow we able get goal, so then they be make on the set piece on the rebound or get a goal.
Yes, coach, about what happened today. Your team don't go second now at the table. How big this one be for this team? Because many people who don't see a lot of inconsistencies in performance. You know, at the top of the table, going to the top 3, sometimes drop. But what's not click it?
Well, I believe say they go there a first round to end up second. So I believe say the second rounds will get things they will get for put in place, the continuity, the scoring mentality, the winning mentality, the discipline, the concentration, the focus, and the communication. We just get for organize ourselves these second rounds and prepare more tough than the first rounds, because whatever we look at, we get for bringing again 1 or 2 players, then we don't jet in for airplay. Gas it play good role with the team, the combinedness. So we happy because we get this winning. Then they step we up more and confidence and going with 2 last games them where we just win 3-1, 3-0, and we can win this one. Then they don't give we more winning mentality, more discipline. We don't avoid beaucoup negative thinking where people and they think about we.
Yes, coach. The arena not a flop. This BNT. It affect your team in performance?
Well, me fans them, then they come at least, then they can watch because the opportunities, then they see say them boys, then they step up. Although yes, you know able get everybody, then they distract from fans them way they can look the other games they win and able get result, because most of them, but like we people in the most calm na the arena, then can watch, they play football where people then go enjoy, people then go see, they'll go give the results where people they want.
I believe that you need more numbers in the fans. What is your message to them?
Well, me want to encourage them this second round so they can start again on Saturday against Mighty Blackpool. Let them kind numbers and can support their team. The more than they are, the more than support we, the more the boys then they see them, the more than they happy, and the boys then they ready for get the results where they want, where they will go home happily.
Well, from that interview, that's the head coach for FC Cologne, Charlie Wright, inside that interview with me. But then the program Sports Update Extra, they continue 077-981-981. The number you go use. Call now and make your contribution and add the voice to the different thing they will look at inside this edition. 077-981-981. The number you go use. 077-981-981. You can call now for add the voice to the different thing they will look at inside this edition of the program. Mohamed Amin Kebe, as they go in 1 minute within the ground-up statement.
I feel say one thing we key, Jaffa, more especially this report, it has to do with fans turnout. Plenty time we don't talking about this program, say we have a lot to do for increase people's watch. Football, unarguably, not the best, not the most watched sport all over the world. Even in Salon, when we get issues where we not see people who go watch the National League, but when it comes to community leagues, we see the myriad of people who they turn for watching games anyway. But what's not the reason why we see that they reflect na the National League? I feel say it borders on a lot quite a range of different issues, Jaffa. I feel say in terms of responsibility, we have to blame the clubs because they never make them football club viable. Therefore, make them club viable, and also they therefore say they're able for get partnership with people so that because person go and put in money, but also they get to win. It has to be a win-win situation. If I sponsor you and increase your population, I feel say Jaffa, then therefore make them football clubs very viable. I feel say that is just a single ways. But if we say we talk on Andy on how for increased popularity of the game, public education also is also right. Before now, police could say we get motor cars and we go advertise games. I feel say that also is very key. But we go find them Jaffa as you don't be the moderator.
Yeah, for look at
because it's a whole issue.
Yes, Alhaji, because of time, we not going to come to you again. But then the program, Sport Update Extra, will come to you today from the Society for the Democracy 98.1 FM. And as we go, we'll say plenty thank you to the listeners and viewers them for we wanna be part of this edition. Big pardon for we all this while will not be in the camp, but we are back for good and we will continue for the updates on about the different things that will happen around sport. So till next edition, we will be in counter on this one. And I'm Jaffa Davis. And I've been on the work with DJ Schoolface. We make gonna get to live from a different radio sets them and Mary Kamara Bangoa make on a see live on Facebook and YouTube. Until the next edition, goodbye.